Welcome back into the show. Time for some 8-1 for your health. Join with us now. We've got Dr. Chris Perron, who is an author and, of course, doctor, but author of The Simple Plan, talking 7 habits for healthy living. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Yes. So you're talking about something, an epidemic that affects quite a few of us, Absolutely. And you're saying it's worse than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And
you know what? 15 cigarettes is like a whole pack.
I was wondering.
Can you imagine?
Okay.
And I brought this one. I only bought 1 pack. And it's kind of fun to go buy a pack of cigarettes dressed like this.
Oh.
Just to give the visual and the idea of just how dangerous loneliness is.
Okay.
In fact, the Surgeon General is the one who has declared this an epidemic. It's kind of a quiet epidemic, and it does affect more people than obesity or diabetes even. In fact, it's even more dangerous. It increases your mortality rate by 26%, and it's as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It affects everybody, old people, young people, all the gens, X, Y, and Z. And just in 2024, 40% of Americans reported being affected by loneliness. In fact, that included celebrities like Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, Angelina Jolie, and they've all spoken publicly about their challenges with that, and they're surrounded by people constantly. So a lot of people get confused that loneliness and connectedness has to do with, say, being an extrovert versus an introvert. You can be around tons of people and not connect, and so it's really about making the connection, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Yes. Well, and okay, what makes you think that, especially right now in our day and age, we're more connected on our cell phones, right, than ever? Why is this such a thing right now?
Well, it's that level of connection, and I think we are coming around to that, you know, and noticing that we're connected on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
But are we connected? How many friends are our actual friends?
Right.
So as we know now that the technology, everybody being cooped up during COVID, all kinds of things that can lead towards this path of which it is a very common issue, and how we got there is secondary to how we get out. And that's why I came here today to share a few ideas that are simple, straightforward. They're free for the most part, that anybody can do if they feel like, you know, I don't feel connected. I just feel something off, and go ahead and give 1 or all 5 of these a try, and I promise it's going to make a difference.
I love that. I love that you have some solutions. So what do you recommend?
Sure. So I attached some celebrity names just to make it fun, but also to make it easier to remember.
Right.
So the first way I like to call the Snoop Dogg system. So Snoop Dogg, he started a football league back in LA for kids, and he funded the whole thing because he wanted to connect. He wanted to be a volunteer, and we can all do that. You know, we don't have to start our own league. I don't have the funds either, but you could be a ref, a chaperone. Find something you're passionate about. Maybe it's animals or veterans or nature, a pickleball club. You know, it doesn't really matter the detail, just something that connects with you so you can get out of the house and be part of something bigger than just yourself.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, and the next one, which is the one I like the most, is I call it the Keanu Reeves routine. And Keanu Reeves is famous for being out in the public and just connecting with people and being just like a normal guy. He's very authentic. So what's the key ingredient there? We got to get out, right? But the simple things like, when I go to my local coffee shop, I get my cappuccino, that's my thing. Knowing the names, you know, it's like, thank you, Margaret, for my cappuccino today. Good morning, how are you? Eye contact. That goes a long way, and even though you're giving it, it reflects back. You will see the other person light up because you might be the only person that said hi to them. So when we think about our own loneliness, well, what about when we extend ourselves out to others and we create that reciprocal kind of feeling and we become part of a community?
Especially when you take time to learn someone's name. I think that does go a long way.
It goes a long way. Your service gets even extra good.
All right, what's next?
Sure, the third one I call the Martha Stewart method, and that's connecting with nature, of course. I met Martha Stewart a few years back, and I asked her, how do you connect with nature? And of course, she's like, I go to my gardens, and, it gets to work in there. And here in Altoona, I mean, we are blessed with so many options to get out. You can go to Canoe Creek State Park. If you like things more manicured, maybe you head over to the Arboretum at Penn State. you just pick a bench somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But just get out in the environment, take a moment, get out of that daily grind, and just refresh and connect with nature. And if you want to check out something kind of cool and fun, for people that don't think that nature has a real influence and impact or connectedness to us, it's called Tree Trend. And I was watching a video the other day, and there's this woman talking to a tree and asked the tree, "Are you listening to me?" And the branches literally moved closer to her face. And so I looked a little deeper, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a thing, and people do it. So you can go talk to a tree. And
that's interesting. I've heard of grounding, but I've never heard of that.
Taking it up a few branches.
All right. And then we've got 2 more?
Sure, 2 more. So the next one is the Emma Watson way, and she calls it self-partnering. I call it take yourself on a date. Why? You know, maybe you want to go see Superman or F1 or just go get a pizza you've been dying to get.
Yeah.
Why do you have to wait for somebody else as their schedule that works out? And believe it or not, the biggest connection we can make is actually with ourselves and being comfortable with just being us, doing us. It's not attached to the external. The external is the bonus when you bring it together, but just connecting with yourself is a great way to do it. And then the last one is the Taylor Swift technique.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. And that's the reach out first. You know, Taylor Swift is famous for staying in touch with people. And I don't know anybody busier, it seems like anyway, than Taylor Swift. So if she can do it, you know, we can all do it. And as I said, loneliness is very common. So maybe all your friends or family, they're sitting around feeling the same way. So you make that first move and, you know, you make their phone ring or ding, even if yours isn't as much as you'd like. And they'd probably be very happy to hear from you and, you know, start that process of getting together and doing things.
These are solid strategies. Yeah,
simple,
all things
right?
we can implement in our life. I love that you broke it down for us. And yeah, if people want to check out your book or learn more, what's the best way to stay connected?
Sure. Book is on Amazon, of course. And then ChrisPerron.com is actually a great resource. And I do this purposely. These 5 steps are kind of, you got a taste of how I look at things as I try to piece it out, make it simple, make it actionable, and provide a plan for you. And then all you need to do is just take that one little step, but it's not going to be about how, it's not going to be about confusion. I just want to help people to get better in all different ways.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to stop by. Thank you so much, Doctor.
My pleasure. Anytime.
All right, we'll be back after a quick commercial break. Stick